Wipeout is a game show series in which contestants compete in what is billed as the world's largest obstacle course. Wipeout is hosted and commentated by John Henson and John Anderson, while Jill Wagner acts as the on-location presenter. The interim presenter for one season was Vanessa Lachey. The creators and executive producers are Matt Kunitz and Scott Larsen. Distribution of the show is handled by Endemol USA. The show is taped at Sable Ranch in Canyon Country, Santa Clarita, California, about 40 miles north of Los Angeles. The show holds a TV PG-L rating for mild language by participants and some crude humor. Syndicated reruns of Wipeout are airing on truTV and TBS. History. The series premiered on June 24, 2008, on ABC. After the pilot was shot, co-host Elin Gold was replaced. Producers called in Michael Glazer to find a comic host replacement that eventually went to John Henson. The first season's success spawned a series of international versions of Wipeout, debuting in countries including Great Britain and Argentina in January 2009. On December 8, 2008, ABC announced plans to counter-program NBC's Super Bowl game day telecasts with a sports star-studded episode of Wipeout, entitled Wipeout Bowl. The episode was broadcast immediately following the game. The episode featured female cheerleaders competing against male couch potato sports fans. During the hour-long special, Monica Kaufman became the show's first female competitor to win. Following the episode, an announcement was made that a second season had been commissioned, and a promo for the season was subsequently broadcast. The second season was broadcast during the summer of 2009. According to TV Week, in 2009 Wipeout became the third most popular game show in the world, based on ratings. On July 22, 2009, Wipeout was renewed for a third season, for which filming began in September 2009. The third season of the show premiered on June 22, 2010, with a special 2-hour blind date episode preluding the series on June 1. ABC subsequently announced that other themed episodes would appear in Season 3, including episodes featuring ladies only and families. The third season finale aired on September 14, 2010, with a special America's Finest edition, featuring some of America's heroes, including firefighters and policemen. On August 15, 2010, ABC announced that the show had been contracted for a fourth season. The announcement added, Wipeout has the distinction of being the only broadcast reality series launched in recent years that has demonstrated proven staying power. On October 13, 2010, ABC announced plans that the fourth season would be split into 3 sections, winter, spring, and summer. With a total of 32 episodes, 8 winter episodes, 7 spring episodes and 17 summer episodes. The fourth season premiered on January 6, 2011. On June 16, 2011, ABC announced that the show had been renewed for a fifth season, and that Vanessa Lachey would replace co-host Jill Wagner on the show. New episodes of Winter Wipeout began on December 8, 2011, with a Christmas special episode, entitled Winter Wipeout, Deck the Balls. On August 29, 2012, Wipeout was picked up for a sixth season. In addition, it was announced that former co-host Jill Wagner would be returning to the series after a season-long absence. John Anderson and John Henson, also returning as hosts. On August 30, 2012, Activision released the mobile app Wipeout game for iOS. It quickly became the top-selling app in the App Store. On May 9, 2013, Season 6 premiered. In its sixth season, Wipeout celebrated its 100th episode. On January 22, 2014, Wipeout was renewed for a seventh season. For the first time, winners from each episode will be brought together for a tournament of champions at the end of the season to compete for the title of Ultimate Wipeout Champion. On June 22, 2014, the seventh season began, with new episodes airing on Sundays. Awards and nominations, Gameplay. Episodes. Reception. On its premiere night, Wipeout scored the highest premiere rating of any new show in summer 2008, besting competing veteran summer shows Hell's Kitchen and America's Got Talent. As the season progressed, Nielsen Media Research put it at the top of the 18 to 49 demographic, slightly outpaced by America's Got Talent. On August 6, 2008, Wipeout was officially renewed for a second season. The second season premiered on May 27, 2009, and with an audience of 9.69 million, Wipeout bested its first season average and gave ABC its best numbers in the Wednesday 8 p.m. slot since November 2007. The third season premiered on June 22, 2010, with ratings of 10.21 million, with a special blind date episode getting 12.8 million viewers on June 1, 2010. On January 6, 2011, the first season of Winter Wipeout premiered with the series' highest ratings ever, beating the 8 p.m. competition in the coveted 18 to 49 demographic and many other key demos. Lawsuit: The concept and style of the show has been compared to several Japanese game shows, most notably Sasuke and Takeshi's Castle. This was brought to the attention of the Japanese broadcaster Tokyo Broadcasting System, who filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against ABC, charging that Wipeout is a blatant copycat of several of its classic Japanese competition game shows. Among the charges are that ABC bought search terms such as MXC on Google to help drive traffic to the official Wipeout page, and that specific obstacles in Wipeout were knockoffs of challenges in those Japanese game shows. Wipeout creator and executive producer Matt Kunitz, who also executive produced Endemol's Fear Factor, said Wipeout is 90% Fear Factor inspired, 10% Japanese game show, adding in a Los Angeles Times interview that Wipeout was born from a desire to do a funny stunt series. He reportedly wanted to sell the show as Fear Factor meets America's Funniest Home Videos. The suit was settled in December 2011 through mediation with a federal judge without going to trial. Wipeout, the game. Wipeout has also been adapted into a video game, Wipeout, the game, which was released June 22, 2010, along with the Season 3 premiere. The game was released on the Nintendo Wii and Nintendo DS, and was developed by Activision. In the game, the player can choose from 23 different characters. There are 4 categories of characters, with each category having a certain amount of speed and strength for the player, which varies based on their body sizes. The small characters have great speed but little strength. The medium characters have a more balanced amount of speed and strength, with neither one serving as the dominant trait. And the large characters have great strength but little speed. These first 3 categories all have 6 different characters each. 3 females and 3 males, and each character having 3 different outfits. The 4th category is special, which is a high amount of speed and strength. There are 5 characters in this category, including the 3 hosts. The game is played in 2 different versions. Challenge mode is where the player can challenge specific obstacles and attempt to beat them in a certain amount of time. The other is play the show, which means to play the game as they would in the show. They go through the qualifier round first, and advance to the sweeper round second. The third round, free-for-all, has 3 different versions. In the easy level, the free-for-all features players spinning on the dizzy dummy, and then going across the tipsy tables or the spinning platform. Challenging level has players on the unclaimed baggage, and the extreme level has them on the double crosser. Finally, they go through the Wipeout zone. The game is different from the show in that there are only 4 contestants, and none are eliminated during the first 3 rounds. The game has commentary by Henson, Anderson and Wagner, all 3 of whom are featured as unlockable playable characters. Another Wipeout game is under development by Activision, this time for Xbox 360 with Kinect, entitled Wipeout, in the Zone. It will take full advantage of the Kinect remote and has ragdoll wipeouts and different rounds from the Wii and DS version, such as Brewers Ball. The game was released in conjunction with the premiere of Wipeout Summer Season on ABC on June 16, 2011. Activision announced on August 18, 2011 that a direct sequel to the first Wipeout game was in development titled Wipeout 2 for Xbox 360 with Kinect, PlayStation 3, Wii, Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS. The new game is described as offering updated, outrageous course designs across all platforms with obstacles and effects taken straight from the show's summer and winter seasons. Players must navigate around snow, ice, foam, and fan-favorite obstacles like the Sucker Punch Wall and Big Balls, which are making their triumphant returns alongside more than 50 others. It was released on October 11, 2011. Activision announced on June 25, 2013 that a new title called Wipeout, Create and Crash will be released on Wii, Wii U, Xbox 360, and Nintendo 3DS on October 15, 2013. International versions. Endemol USA has sold the Wipeout format to more than 40 territories and has created 2 obstacle courses in Argentina for those international editions. Past, current and upcoming versions include, Notes, in Canada, the original United States series airs on Global for the first 5 seasons where City aired the 6. The French-Canadian Television V also aired the United States series but dubbed in French. The original United States series also airs in the UK on Watch and Dave, New Zealand on TV3, in Australia on 9 Network. In the Philippines and India on AXN and also on Comedy Central in India, in the Netherlands on RTL5, and in Hong Kong on TVB Pearl. The Scandinavian countries Denmark, Norway, and Sweden produce separate versions of the show based on the same footage of contestants from the 3 countries competing against each other. The Dutch version is a collaboration between the Netherlands and Belgium. The American, British, Canadian and Australian versions are broadcast in Portugal on FX and also the Spanish and Argentinian versions and a rerun of the first season in Portuguese on Plus TV. The Italian version is made from the USA show, with the original audio still audible. Some episodes are taken from the UK version, Total Wipeout. See also, American Gladiators, Dog Eat Dog, Fear Factor, I Survived a Japanese Game Show, Brain War, MXC/Takeshi's Castle, Real World Road Rules Challenge, Sasuke, Je Sans Frontières, 101 Ways to Leave a Game Show, Fort Boyard, Splat-A-Lot. References. Further reading, Stelter, Brian. Gluttons for Punishment, a Balm for ABC. The New York Times. Lang, Derek J. Wipeout harder, much harder, than it looks on TV. Associated Press via Pantagraph.com. External links, official website, Wipeout on Facebook, Wipeout at the Internet Movie Database, filming location, 34.3761 a degree N 118.4113 a degree W/34.3761. -118.4113 I.